Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tom Gummy, and today we are back with another statue tutorial. Today we are doing Balloon Boy, or Nightmare Balloon Boy should I say, from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And again, we are nearing the end of the collection, so I do thank everyone who's been patient enough. We've been doing it for well over a year now, so that is crazy. But anyways, hopefully you do enjoy. Again, this was designed by LazarSvabic himself, and there'll be links to his social media down in the description. Definitely show him some love and support. As for the future videos coming up, we have got some nice Star Wars statues, as well as some of the restaurants and brand buildings as well, so hopefully you do enjoy them. And again, on screen right now you should be seeing the statue in the different texture packs. Again, if you haven't already, definitely check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that in the description. That's youtube.com/gbgamescreations. I'll be re-uploading there in the very near future. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoy, and I'll see you in the tutorial. Okay guys, so the blocks you'll need to build this statue are the following. You'll need brown stained clay, black wool, blue wool, red wool, purple wool, white wool, light grey wool, white stained clay, red stained clay, pink stained clay, hardened clay, yellow wool, quartz stairs, and stone brick stairs. If you want to pause the video here, grab them blocks into your inventory, that will be great. And then we're going to start working on the statue itself. So what I'm going to do as well, in addition to this, is grab a map, because it makes life a lot easier, and it means we don't have to count, which is always nice. I mean, who likes counting? Come on now. So anyways, what we're going to start off by doing is placing 8 brown stained clay in a row. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The second row is the exact same, 8 brown stained clay. So a bit of background information if you're new to the whole statue concept. The legs are 12 by 8, 12 tall, 8 wide. So as you can see, we're building each layer 8 wide, and we're going to build another 10 layers on top. The body is also 12 by 8, and the arms are 12 by 4, head being 8 by 8, but we'll get to that later on in the video. So the next layer is 8 black wool. The next 3 layers is blue wool. So right now, you should be up to 6 blocks tall and 8 blocks wide. The next row is 8 black wool, so that's the 7th row. The 8th row is blue wool. So right now it should be an 8 by 8 square. As you can see, 2 rows of brown, 1 row of black, 3 rows of blue, 1 black, 1 blue. The next row, 9th row, is blue. The 10th row is 2 blue, 4 black, 2 blue. 11th row is 2 black, 4 blue, 2 black. And the 12th and final row for the legs is 1 black, 6 blue, 1 black. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. And that is a 8 by 12 or 12 by 8. 12 tall, 8 wide. So, if you want to pause here, that is pretty simple. Again, just a recap. 2 brown, 1 black, 3 blue, 1 black, 2 blue. And we've got blue, black times 3. So, again, very, very simple and shouldn't be too difficult at all. So, once you've done that, we can now move on to the body. What we're going to do is on the left side and the right side, we're going to place 1 red wool. From here, on the left side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left using white stained clay. And on the right side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right using the white stained clay. And essentially what we're doing is just marking out where the hands start. So, in terms of this, again, just to prove that this is 12 blocks tall, you can see here, clearly on screen, Y is 17 and the floor is Y5. So you essentially just want to be 12 blocks up from the floor level, and the hands, once you stand on them, should be the 13th block. So that's working your way into the body. So as I said, place 1 block either side, and then build 4 to the left, 4 to the right, just to mark out where the hands are. Again, we'll get back to that later on in the tutorial, but it's always useful to mark it out so you don't have to count. Okay, so as for the body, what we're going to do, we're going to need red wool and purple wool, and we're going to kind of like alternate stripes. As you know, Balloon Boy, it's just like stripes on his shirt. So on this left right here, we're going to build up 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now if you've done this correctly, you should be at Y29, or 24 blocks off the floor. I'm basing this on the fact that the floor is Y5 here. If you're on Xbox or PS4, super flat, it should be the exact same. But again, always check that you're 24 blocks off the floor. Do not take my Y level into account, because as I said, like, the floor level is always different. Anyways, so the next row to the right of that is 12 purple. So we're just going to build up 12 purple. The next row is 12 red. Next row is 12 purple. And this is where we're going to kind of like mirror what we've done. So as you can see, we've got red, purple, red, purple. Now what we're going to do is mirror that. So this next row is purple, red, red. So what we're going to do, again, 12 purple, 12 red, 12 purple. And then the final row, because we've already got one placed, is 11 red. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. As you can see, red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, red. Again, that is 12 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and that is the body for you. One thing we do need to add, because Balloon Boy does have them, is the 2 buttons. So we come to the top part at the 2 center blocks, which is purple. On the left side of the purple here, we go down 1 block and we place 1 light grey. And we go down diagonal to right and place another light grey. Now, in the 2 gaps next to it, this one here and this one here, we place white wool, and that is 1 button. So it's a 2x2 square of white and light grey wool. We're then going to go down 1 block, so leave this row empty, and we're going to place another button. So that's 1 light grey wool, go down diagonal to right, and fill in the gaps either side using white wool. So as you can see, we got 2 2x2 squares, 2 buttons, separated by a 1 block gap, and a 1 block gap to the top. And yeah, once you've done that, that is it for the body. So, for the arms now, what we're going to do, we're going to start on the left arm, work our way up, then we'll go to the right arm. So, starting on the left, the first layer, of course, is just 4 white stained clay, and same with the second and third layer. So, it's a 3x4 of white stained clay. The next layer is 4 black wool. Then we have 3 rows of 4 white stained clay. A row, whoops, I don't want to go into third person, a row of black wool. And then we have 4 rows of the alternating stripes for the sleeves. So again, just a recap, that's 3 rows of white stained clay, 1 row of black wool, 3 rows of white stained clay, row of black wool. And then from left to right, we've got 4 red wool, 4 purple, 4 red, 4 purple. Now, as you can notice, if you've done it correctly, it should match up with this pattern. So it should go red, purple, and then as you can see, this one starts with the red, purple pattern again. If this one here ends up being red, you've gone wrong somewhere. Or if this is the same color as this one here for some reason, if this one's purple, then you have gone wrong. I definitely suggest going back, seeing where you've gone wrong before continuing, because it does make it look really weird, and in the overall schemes of things, it does mess it up later on in the video. Okay, so with that said, we can move on to the right arm now. So the first layer again is just 4 white stained clay, same with the second and third. This is the exact same as the other arm, by the way. Next row is 4 black wool. Then we have 3 layers of 4 white stained clay, a layer of black wool, and then we're going to start the pattern again, this from left to right, rather than the other way. So as you can see here, this block is red, which means the next row is 4 purple, next row is 4 red. Apologies for that notification, I must have forgotten to turn them off. Next row is 4 purple, and then we got 4 red. Okie dokie, so once you've done that, it should look something like this. It's 24 blocks tall, 16 wide, 8 wide if you're not including the arms. Who knows why you wouldn't be including the arms. Again, just to recap, it is 3 white stained clay, 1 black, 3 white stained clay, 1 black, and then the purple red. Again, make sure it doesn't match up with this block here, because that will look weird, and you've gone wrong. Okay, so with that said and done, that is the front of your statue complete. So if you want to pause here, make sure everything is looking like this, then you are more than welcome to do so, and I'll see you in a second when you're done with that. But for those who are done and are ready to move on, we're now going to start working on the sides of the body, and making this statue 3D, because right now it's just a pixel art, minus them 3D buttons. So what we're going to do is go around to the left side of the statue, and we're going to start extending it backwards. So we're going to extend this side here with brown stained clay, 1, 2, 3 blocks. Now, essentially, we're just matching up the block with the side colour. So this next row is 3 brown stained clay. And one thing to note, the side of the legs is 12x4. But because we've already placed this first row here, which is what we did at the front, we're only placing 3 blocks on each row. Okay, so the third layer is black wool. 4th, 5th, and 6th is blue wool. 7th, black wool. 8th and 9th, blue wool. And this is the only, slight variation. So, the 9th row, or is this, no, 10th row, sorry, my bad, I can't count, is 1 blue wool, then we have 2 black wool. So this is the only exception of when the side colour is not what it is. is this row and these following 2 rows. The 11th row is 1 black wool and then 2 blue, and then 12th is 1 black wool, 2 blue. So once you've done that, it looks like this, and that this like area here is just to give it a bit more shape and a bit more detail, like the actual like animatronic lines I guess you get on the characters where like their joints connect. This is kind of what that represents. So yeah, that is a 12x4 rectangle. If you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. And again, the good news is that the other side is the exact same, so that's always handy. So coming around to the right side, what we're going to do, I'll run you through it nevertheless, is extend it backwards 1, 2, 3 using brown stained clay. Second row the exact same. The third row is 3 black wool, and then the 4th, 5th and 6th is all blue wool. The next row is 3 black wool, then we got 2 rows of blue wool, 2 black wool, 1 blue, and then 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black. And again, once you've done that, it looks something like this. That is a 12x4 rectangle. If you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. And that means we have got the majority of the legs done, minus the back, but we'll get to that later on. We can now work on the sides of the arms. So, for the sides of the arms, what we're going to do is come around to the back of the arms. Bottom row here, this first layer of white stained clay, we're going to extend it backwards 1, 2, 3, all the way across, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect, and if you come below, as you can see, it's a 4x4 square that looks like this. You come around to the other side, do the exact same, extend it backwards 3 blocks, and if you come below, it will look like a 4x4 square. Okie dokie, so coming around to the left side of the left arm, essentially what we're going to be doing is matching up the block at the side. The exception of this is at the top where we've got the red-purple stripe combination, but for the first few layers, it's simply just matching up. So the first 3 layers is simply white stained clay. Then we have a layer of black wool, 3 layers of white stained clay, and a layer of black wool. The next 4 layers, starting from left to right, we build up 4 red, 4 purple, 4 purple, and then we got the 4 red already existing. Now the reason why we've placed 2 rows of purple in a section is because otherwise the back of the design will get really messed up. If this block here isn't red and this block here isn't red, it will mess up either the front or the back. So the only way we can counter this is by placing a 2 thick column at the sides. It doesn't look the best, but it's a smaller area, so it doesn't look as bad as messing up the front or the back of the design. So with that said and done, that is the left side of the arm complete. That is a 12x4, and again, just to recap, that is 3 rows of white stained clay, 1 row of black wool, 3 rows of white stained clay, 1 black wool, and then 4 rows of red and purple. Okay, so again, the other side is the exact same. So what we do is the first 3 layers is white stained clay, a layer of black wool, 3 layers of white stained clay, a layer of black wool, and we got the 2 rows of purple, and 1 row of 4 red wool. That's the right side of the arm. Again, 12x4. And with that said, we can now move on to adding the long fingers, or the claws, whatever you want to call it. So, a bit of information about Nightmare Balloon Boy. If you haven't seen him, I don't know why you wouldn't have actually if you're watching this tutorial. But he has like the really like long spiny fingers. And the way we're going to do that is by building on a 3D effect onto the hands, which I'm going to show you now. So coming over to the left hand, what we're going to do is on the far left corner, bottom left corner here, we're going to build down 1, 2, 3 using the white stained clay. We're then going to come behind and build backwards 2, so it makes like a backwards L shape, as you can see, build down 3 to left 2. For the smaller finger, or the second finger should I say, we're going to come to the bottom row of the hand again. We're going to come to the third from left block, and we're going to build down 2 this time, not 3, 2. We're then going to come behind again and build backwards 2, and it makes a slightly smaller, like sideways L shape, as you can see. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. Now, from the front, it looks a tad weird, I'm not going to lie. But from the sides, it really does look cool, and it really does represent his fingers. Of course, if you don't want to add that, you're more than welcome not to. But I know from a perspective of someone who likes Five Nights at Freddy's and they want to build it exactly the same, that is what you want to do. You want to add the fingernails like so. So for the other side, we're going to do the exact same. What we're going to do is come to the far right corner, bottom right corner, and we're going to build down 1, 2, 3, come around the back and backwards 2, and then we come to the front again, go 1 over to the left, leave this one blank, this one here, go down 2, come around the back, build backwards 2, and that is your right side done. So once you build both hands, it looks slightly better. Again, I don't know how I feel. I like it. At the same time, I think it looks a tad weird. But that's because it's mainly because it's just not normal statue dimensions, and that's always weird to me. Again, if you don't want it to like the fingers to curl, you could just maybe get rid of the back parts. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Again, this is just a guideline, and you are more than welcome to express your own creativity, as I put it, and build what you want to build. So again, it's up to you. But with that said and done, we are done with the sides. Again, I'll just show you one last time before we move on. So that is the side of the leg, which is 12x4, and the side of the arm, which is also 12x4. They're the exact same, so I won't show both of them. But anyway, so that's then done. I will show you how to build the back of the body and the back of the legs. So what we're going to do is come around to the back of the body, of course, and we're going to work on the legs first, and we're going to work our way up and see how it goes. So first off, the legs. The legs, again, are 8 wide, but we've got 1 block either side pre-built, so we're only placing 6 blocks on each layer. So the first 2 layers are brown stained clay. The third layer is black wool. Next 3 layers is blue wool. It's just simply matching up whatever block is at the side at this point. The next layer is black wool. Then we got 2 layers of blue. And then the next layer is 1 blue, 4 black, 1 blue. Next layer is 1 black, 4 blue, 1 black. And then the final layer is 6 blue. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. That is a 12x8, again, as I've previously said. And that was pretty simple. So, for the back of the body, again, it's the exact same as the front. So, on the left side, we build up 12 red. I'm just going to match it up with the front. So, as you can see, it should be the same height. Everything at this point should be the same height. 24 blocks off the ground. Next row is 12 purple. Then we got 12 red. And then we got 12 purple. Now, again, like the front, we mirror it now. So, we go red, purple, and then we go purple, red, purple, red. So, this layer here is 12 purple, 12 red, 12 purple, and 12 red. There you go. So there's no real detail on this side, like there was on the front with the buttons. It's just plain and simple, which is always nice, especially for me. But it makes it easier for you as well, because compared to some of the other Nightmare characters we've been doing, there's crazy detail everywhere. This is a nice and simple one. So, for the back of the arms, again, just matching up with the sides. So the first 3 layers is white stained clay. Then we got a layer of black wool. 3 layers of white stained clay. A layer of black wool. And then we go red, in this case, purple, red, purple. Now each one of these is 4 tool, and as you can see, it should continue with the pattern red, purple, red, purple, red, purple, red, purple. As you can see, again, like the front, this one here should not be red if this one's red. This one here should not be purple if this one's purple. But in this case, this big one here, the first line should be red, and it should be purple, red, purple, red. Okay, so the other side, again, exact same, just matching up. 3 layers of white stained clay, a layer of black wool, 3 layers of white stained clay, layer of black wool, and then from left to right is 4 purple, 4 red, 4 purple. And then the final row, 4 red, but we've already got that placed, so we do not have to worry about that. So, that is it. That is the body complete. What we're going to do quickly before we move on is fill in the shoulders. So if you come to the front, which can be told by the buttons, we're going to come to the left shoulder here. What we're going to do, this red stained clay, red wool is what I meant to say. We're going to link them together, so that's 2 red wool. And then to the left of it, we're going to place 2 more right there. This part here with the 2 purple, we're going to place 2 purple there to link them. And that is the left shoulder complete. Each shoulder is a 4x4. This part here is not visible, but I'll fill it in with purple anyways. Let me fill that one in properly, if I can place it. So that's the left shoulder, and on the right shoulder, again, we just find the second red block in, connect it with 2 red, and go to right 2 with the red, and then place 2 purple right there. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. Again, this whole part in the middle can't be seen once you built the head, so it doesn't matter too much. So yeah, anyways, before we do move on, I'll do our routinely ability to pause time period. So again, 24 blocks tall, 16 wide, 8 wide if you're not including the arms. This is the front of the legs. We've got the left side of the legs, the right side of the legs, and the back of the legs. We have the body, which is a 12 by 8. At the front, we got the buttons, which are 3D. At the back side, we don't have the buttons. The arms is what I meant to say. I was about to say the front side of the arms. I guess it is the front side of the arms. It is 12 by 4. The sides, 12 by 4. And the back side, again, 12 by 4. And of course, we got these fingers, or nails, whatever you want to call them here. The one on the left, or the farthest out part, the outside, I guess, is 3 down, 2 to the side. And the inside one is 2 down, 2 to the side. Okie dokie, so hopefully you got something looking like this. If you haven't, again, do not continue. Go back, see where things haven't gone to plan, and it will make your life easier, I promise. But now we're going to move on to the head. So for the head, what we're going to do, we're going to get our white stained clay. Make sure you're at the front again. Come to the left side and write this here. Right, I meant left, sorry, left. So left side, count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, which will be this red wall, we place 1 white stained clay, bring it 2 forwards. On the right side, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this red wall, I keep on saying stained clay. Red wall, as you can see, says a 4 block gap, and then white stained clay, bring it 2 forwards. If you've done it correctly, when you link these together, there'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 block gap. So the outer block is white stained clay, and the inner blocks here is blue wool. So that's 6 blue wool. Now, I'll explain that in a bit, why that is the case. It might look a bit weird for now, but again, I'll explain later why that is the cover. So, next what we're going to do is extend it backwards 5. So that will make it so it overhangs the back 2 blocks as well. And then on the outer block, we're going to place 6 white stained clay. The inner one, we place 6 blue wool. Okie dokie, so once you've done that, that gives you something that looks like this. That is an 8 by 8 square and the template for the head. So we got the front side, the face, left side, right side, back side. We're going to fill all this area in here using blue wool. And we'll be punching somewhere out later and changing it up a tiny bit, but we'll get to that later on. So, what we're going to do now is work on the left side, then we'll work on the right side, back side, and then connect the face together, because I think that's the easiest way of doing things. So yeah, left side first. So working from left to right, what we're going to do, the first layer is simply 8 white stained clay. In total there is 11 layers. This one is slightly taller head than usual, 3 blocks taller. And that's purely because he's the Nightmare character, and all the Nightmare statues we got so far are 11 blocks tall with their head. So anyways, second layer is 1 white stained clay. This is where we need our quartz stairs. So we have 1 quartz stair facing away from the white stained clay, 1 facing towards, away, towards, away, towards. This final block here we're not going to worry about for now. We'll get to that later on when we're doing the front side. The next layer is 1 white stained clay. The next one is 1 more. And then the next one is 1 brown. So this whole area here is kind of like a gap because it's in between his 2 teeth or his jaws. From this brown stained clay here, we're going to go to the right 7 blocks. And it should come out to the same width as the overhang at the front. And then what we're going to do is do the upper jaw of the teeth. So we had to do this row first because we have to have a block to place it on. So this first one here on the row below is facing away from this white stained clay. Towards, away, towards, away, towards. And again, they're all upside down, and there should be a 1 block gap in between the 2 jaws, as you can see here with the blocks, 1 block gap. And they should be equally as long right now. For the next row, we're going to place 6 brown stained clay, 1 white stained clay, and we're going to need our red stained clay for here as well, and then 1 red stained clay. The next row is 7 brown stained clay, 1 white stained clay. The next row is the exact same, so 7 brown, 1 white. The next row is 3 brown, 2 purple, 2 brown, 1 white. Now we're going to start working into the hat area here, so that's why the purple part is. It's like the part that droops down. And then the next 2 rows is red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, red. Again, for the second row, red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, red. And once you've done that, it will look something like this, and that is 11 blocks tall, as I previously stated. So the jaw area, or the lower jaw area, should I say, is 4 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and then the upper head area is 7 blocks tall and 8 blocks wide. So, if you want to pause here, you are more than welcome to do so. The other side is the exact same, so if you want to mirror it, again, you're more than welcome to, but I'm going to walk you guys through it nevertheless. So, coming around to the right side of the head, we're going to be working from right to left this time. The first layer, again, is just 8 white stained clay, we've already got that. Second layer is 1 white stained clay, 1 quartz stair facing away, towards, away, towards, away, whoops, towards. So again, that's 6 in total. The next 2 layers is simply just white stained clay, and then on top of that 1 brown stained clay, and we go to left 7 times with the white stained clay. We then do the exact same as the lower jaw, so we got an upside down stair facing away, towards, away, towards, away, towards, and again there'll be a 1 block gap in between, as you can see right there. Punching that out, we're now going to move on to the upper part of the head, or the hairline. So the next row is 6 brown stained clay, 1 white and 1 red. Next row is 7 brown stained clay and 1 white. The next row is 7 brown stained clay again and 1 white. Then we got 3 brown stained clay, 2 purple, 2 brown stained clay, 1 white. And then like we have on the other side from left to right, we have red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, red. Again for the second row, red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, red. Once you've done that, it will look like this. Again, 11 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide. If you want to pause, this would be a good time to do so. Okie dokie, so you should have something looking like this so far. What we're going to do is come around to the back side of the head, and we're going to start filling it in. So the first 4 rows is white stained clay. We've already got the first one done, so it's just a matter of placing 3 more rows. So once you've done that, as you can see, it's a 4x8. The next 5 layers is a brown stained clay, so it's just filling in the gap. So that's the 3rd layer, 4th, and 5th. And for the final 2 layers, it goes red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, red, as you probably guessed. Again, red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, and red. Once you've done that, 11 tall, 8 wide, you're more than welcome to pause. Again, just to recap, that is 4 rows of white stained clay, 5 rows of brown stained clay, and then 2 rows of red, purple, red, purple, purple, red, purple, red. Don't know how many times I've said that this video. Too many. So, what we're going to do now is, in fact, build a bit on the inside of the head. So, what we're going to do is get our blue wool. We come around to the front side, and we come in line with these top row of teeth here. Now, this block above, this white stained clay, we're going to start placing blue wool. We don't place one here because this is where the front of the face is going to go. This part here, so we can like build a white stained clay barrier across just to point out where we should not build. And we just fill this whole layer in here using blue wool. Now this is going to represent the upper part of the jaw. And as far as I'm aware, the inside of Balloon Boy or Nightmare Balloon Boy's mouth is a bluish colour, which is why we're going with this. But again, if you don't think it is, or there is a slight error, then feel free to do whatever you want to do. Again, it's up to you to build how you want to build it. So once you've done that, it will look something like this inside. Ignore this area. This is going to be hollow, unless you want to build him a nice brain out of some pink wool or something. But in this area here, we're going to need our cyan stained clay, which I forgot. Okay, so I forgot to mention we do need cyan stained clay. I might have mistaken it for the light grey wool that we used earlier. So we need cyan stained clay. What we do on the left side, we leave one block. We punch this one out, replace it with cyan, and replace all this row here with cyan as well. So that's 5 in total. We do the exact same on the right side. So punch out the row of 5, replace it with cyan, and then link them together like so. We do the exact same on the upper side. So we stand here, look up, punch this one out, build across, and then, whoops, this is going the wrong way, and towards the back of the head. Same on the left side, 5, and then this part here. So this gives you like two like archways of cyan stained clay on the upper and lower jaw. What we're going to do is get our stone brick stairs, and we are going to work our way from the back. So we're standing against the back wall here, the white stained clay, and we're going to place one stone stair facing towards us, away, and then towards. In this middle, we have one facing left. So we leave one block, left, right, leave one, facing towards the back of the head, and then we have facing towards the front, and then facing towards the back. So once you've done that, it looks something like this. It, in total, is 8 stairs, and what we're going to do is mirror that on the upper side of the head. So, standing at the back again, this second block in is facing towards the back of the head, towards the front, leave one block towards the back. In the middle, we have facing left, facing right, towards back, leave one block towards front, and then towards back, and then there'll be a 1 block gap. So hopefully you understand like where I'm getting at from there, and once you come out, it should look like this. And it will look slightly different once we add the front row of the jaw. It will look a lot more complete. So that's what we're going to work on now. But as for the actual inside of the head, that is it. That is complete. So, as I said, what we're going to work on now is the front of the face, or the front of the jaw. So, starting on the left side, we're going to have one stair facing towards the right. That will link up like so. That's fine. Then we'll have one facing towards the left, right, left, right, left, right, and the final one will be left. And again, that will connect up. So, it should look like this. Now, the top row, or the upper row, is the exact same. So, we have right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and left. And it will link up perfectly, and once you've done that, it will look nice and complete. So, for the face, this area here, don't worry about this. As I said, this will be empty unless you want to build him a brain. So, we need our white stained clay again. The first layer here, in between the red stained clay, is white stained clay. But what we're going to do, we're going to get our hardened clay and right centered. So we got the red stained clay here. We leave a 2 block gap in these 2 center blocks here. As you can see, there's a 2 block gap there. We're going to place 2 hardened clay in the middle, and it's going to be 3D, and that's going to represent his nose. We also need quartz. I forgot quartz. This is a disaster. We're going to place 1 quartz on the next row, 1 red stained clay, 2 white stained clay, 1 red stained clay, 1 quartz. Next row is 1 quartz. We need our pink stained clay, 2 white stained clay, 1 pink, 1 quartz. And that represents his eyes. The next row is 2 blue, 2 purple, 2 blue. And then for the final 2 rows, it goes red, as you can see, purple, red, 2 purple, red, and purple. And once you've done that, that is an 11x8 rectangle, and it should look something like this. Again, there'll be the 1 block gap in between the jaw lines, as you can see now. And with that said and done, that is the whole head complete, except from the top. So, what we're going to do now is work on the top. Now, it's very, very simple. It's just a idea of matching things up. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this red on the left inwards 2, same with this one, and on the right side we're going to bring this red into and this red into towards the center. We're then going to link it up with the corresponding part. So this one here, we're going to link it up here by placing 1, same with this side 1, same with this side 1, and 1. That creates you 4 different corners and a center plus shape. In these 4 corners we're going to place 1 purple in each one. And in the whole general plus shape in the middle, we're going to fill it with solid purple. And that is the actual top of the head complete. But what we're going to do now is add the propeller. So for this, you'll need light grey, you'll need blue wool, and you'll need yellow wool. So what you're going to do is find the center part of the top of the head, which is this part here, and build a 2x2 of grey wool. On top of that, you're going to place another 2x2 of grey wool. So that's a 2x2x2 of grey wool. On top of that, you're going to place 2x2 of yellow. On the second layer, what you're going to do is bring 3 blue out each way. So this one, 3 blue. We come to the next side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's essentially a 3x2 propeller. We do this on all 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it should be a 1 block gap between that and the top of the head, and once you've done that, it will look like this, and that is the statue complete. So, hopefully you have something looking like this, and hopefully you like it as much as I do. Again, it was a really awesome design, so shout out to Lazar for awesome work. But with that said and done, hopefully you did enjoy, hopefully you got something that looks like this, and definitely, again, stick around for the future tutorials which will be coming out very soon. Again, I will be doing Mangle, and I will be doing the Night Marionette. I believe it's called, the Nightmare Marionette. I don't know the technical term. But anyways, thank you for watching. Again, if you did enjoy, definitely consider leaving a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more of the tutorials. Again, stay tuned for the restaurant tutorials, such as Chipotle, just as a little hint, and also the Star Wars statues, and the final few Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. So anyways, thank you for watching. Again, until next time, my name's been Tom or Gummy, and goodbye.
Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart.